Yo guys, JC Hooligan coming from the Dirty Jers with some updated ARK news since the last community crunch, which raised a lot of eyebrows, got a lot of people in an uproar, and upset quite a bit of the community as a whole, particularly the official players. I know that really got to them with the sunsetting of the official servers. That's going to be addressed in this as well. The community crunch, let's get into it. So what it sounds to me like is basically ARK has listened, or you have spoken and ARK has heard. So basically what is happening, if you remember the last time, the price point bundle was going to be $59.99 for Xbox users, $39.99 for the PlayStation users, and I believe from the UE5 update, that was going to be the new ARK Survival Ascended, and then of course ARK 2 was going to be an additional $10. So they've changed the whole thing. So basically what's happening now is PC, Steam, Xbox, Series X, PlayStation all starting at $60 for the ASA, which is ARK Survival Ascended, for those of you still not caught up. So we're going to get the Island and Scorched Earth released at launch. We're also going to get the Survival of the Fittest Island map and Scorched Earth maps released at launch. Then as you can see here, by Q4 2023, so the end of the year, we're going to get Aberration. We're going to get Extinction at the beginning of next year, Genesis 1 and 2 released by the first half of next year, and then of course that will lead into ASA. And they're saying right here the community created maps are going to be released sometime throughout 2024 with no definitive dates on those or even quarters. So this additions some of the things about how they're going to initiate the Unreal 5 rollout, and of course port the Switch version of the game. So basically what they're saying right here is it was just going to be a port over, and it was going to be basically opening up the system, but they had to do a whole overhaul, so that was not going to work, and that's why it's kind of going that way. Now let's get into that sunsetting or canceling of, or basically just closing down the official servers. Unfortunately, as they pointed out, that the official players kind of make up the least amount of players on ARK as it's right now. So what they're saying right now, this also impacted the decision to sunset ARK Survival Evolved official network offline on August 34th, shortly before the ASA launch. Despite ASE officials representing the minority of players on ARK, it's an invested and passionate group. Some of you guys, I know, you've got years into this game, years into your breeding programs, years into your builds, and that's kind of what they point out here with the bases, attachments, characters, all of that, tames. So what they're going to do is they're going to allow you to roll that over into your own private servers. I personally host through Nitrado. There's multiple private server hosts, so you're going to be able to keep all of the things that you've developed and kept. Now granted, that is not free, so that's a thing you're going to have to get used to as well. So they're saying right here that ARK Survival Evolved will simply be able to play for those who choose to, including multiplayer, through the unofficial player hosted sessions, which I just mentioned, the endless amount of mods and on the Steam Workshop, and the game content as you currently know it. All of that is going to remain, but after 8 years of development, we have to make the difficult decision of sunsetting ARK Survival Evolved and the official network in order to truly provide the long-term and evergreen version of the game through ARK Survival Ascended. I'm personally looking quite forward to the ARK Survival Ascended update. That is going to overhaul ARK as we know it. We're going to get better AI. We're going to get better graphics. We're going to get a whole new kind of fresh look. And I mentioned in the last video we discussed this. ARK has been looking quite dated, in fact, in terms of graphics. I mean, it's good for what it is, but it is looking quite rough. It's time, guys. It's time for an overhaul. I don't think that ARK has been what it should have been from the get-go, or not from the get-go, but as well, maybe, but as of late especially. I mean, we're getting new dinos. They're going to be dropping little releases and information on us here and there. As you guys know, also the Easter event is going on right now, for those of you who didn't know. So you got to check that out. But it's really, it's time. They're a business, and as a business, it's time for them to make money, I guess, off of us on our years and years of playing. But I for one, am truly looking forward to the ARK 2. It's going to be interesting being a first or a third person with the Dark Souls style combat. I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out. I really am excited to see what this UE5 update is going to entail. The biggest issue, though, are they going to be able to keep it on the timeline? Because we know ARK, or Studio Wildcard, sets a timeline and hasn't always been, able to keep said timeline. Hell, even with some of the events, you know, when you're truly looking for the holiday event or the Easter event or whatever event you're looking forward to, and they say it drops on this day, how many times has it either crashed an entire server or like rolled something back or took 2 or 3 additional days, and they give us another week as a way to kind of offset that time frame? So we know that's a thing. And this is the look at the new bug. Another new bug. So they're just kind of placating us with, like, I guess, pictures of the new animals. Here's some of the things that you're going to see in the UE5 updates. So dynamic navigation, mess, and creature pathfinding, overhauling the AI pathfinding. So if you guys, some of my followers, if you guys have seen the Dino Overhaul X mod, they did that in that Dino Overhaul X. What that kind of means, in my opinion, or kind of what I've experienced, is right now, how easy is it to cheese a dino, stand on a cliff, shoot directly down, and knock it out or kill it, whatever the case may be. Well, with the dynamic pathfinding, what it's going to do is it's going to look for a way up. So cheesing is going to be much more difficult. Sorry, you guys can hear the sirens in the background. Welcome to Jersey. And Dino Overhaul X made it very difficult, so I think they're probably borrowing some of that situation. The photo mode is going to be obviously for some of you guys that really like to take the pictures and you know, that sort of thing. Now, Dino Baby Management, Quality of Life, I don't know what that's going to entail, but that'll be interesting. Now, Wild Babies is also, again, several mods feature wild babies, so as you run around, you will encounter tameable babies in the wild. New snap point improvements, new snaps, logic improvements. Again, I feel like this is probably going to be borrowed heavily from S Plus, if it's not just going to be a flat out S Plus like integration into the game. For those of you guys who don't play modded, S Plus really helped out with some of the building, clipping, seeing which way the item is facing. It makes building much easier. Character creation and customization improvements. Again, not sure what that means. I assume that's going to give us more looks, faces, hairs, eyes. I don't know. Who knows? The cross-platform multiplayer and full blueprint modding. This is very fascinating to me. Cross-platform multiplayer, all right? So PC and Xbox players can play cross-platform, I guess, as long as it's, you know, the Microsoft version. But like a Steam version cannot play with an Xbox version. I think what they're trying to say here is that that's going to be the case with fully modded blueprints. So I'm not exactly sure how that works either. I'm going to be very fascinated to see how or why or what's going to happen there. And they're saying here this list is not exhaustive. They're hoping to get more done. The only reason we aren't covering all of these details right now is we're still working on them. So they're trying, guys. They're trying to let everybody know, hey, we hear you. We're working on this. I personally love ARK. I've talked a lot of shit on Studio Wildcard in my day as well. They're doing their best. I mean, at the end of the day, the extreme amount of pressure these guys are probably under from us, the players, from the people that are building a community online, to the people that have been playing for years and years and years, to the developers. You know, these guys are working hard because they've got deadlines to meet. They've got studios or backers, you know, bosses, basically people they've got to, you know, answer to. So the amount of pressure from players and from the publishers has got to be out of control. If you guys haven't seen Cedric's tweets, I highly suggest you check that out. So at the end of the day, these are just words and frankly may not mean so much. Again, talk is cheap. That's okay. We understand. What will really convince you is seeing screenshots and a gameplay trailer, and you will in time. We know there are going to be more questions and we'll be sharing more details over time. We're not quite ready to pull back the curtains just yet, so we hope you'll hang in there with us. Survivors, it'll be worth the wait. Studio Wildcard. So again, that trailer is gonna be amazing. Screenshots are gonna be amazing. Not for nothing, but I don't really give a crap about concept art too much. I mean, this is cool, don't get me wrong, and I see how it's a big bug, so obviously we're gonna be able to ride it. It looks like it kind of has a natural, like, sort of saddle thing going on here, and it's sort of grasshoppery, locusty, I don't know. So, and they gave us in the last mini crunch concept art of the updated Sabretooth. And again, who cares? I don't really care about concept art. I want to see pictures. I want to see videos. That's what's going to really sell it, I think. Once they get everyone excited about how amazing this new game is going to look, it's going to be worth it. I totally think that's going to be the way it is. If you guys have any ideas or thoughts on subjects, you know, let me know in the down there. Drop me a line. Say hi. Tell me how pissed off you are. Tell me how excited you are. Curious to see and hear back from everybody. So guys, that's gonna be it for now. JC Hooligans signing out, and as always, you have a great rest of your day.